Look at the mess in here, Lee. What's going on? What are you doing there, mate? Taking the dash. There you go, mate. There's your microphone. What are you doing?
What I'm doing, Paul, is taking your advice, unfortunately. I'm probably going a little bit further than we'd liked, but, like you say, do it properly, innit? And we're taking this out, this monstrosity.
I think we've got a lower steering column.
You think?
Yeah, it's probably catching this column.
So what you mean is we need more force.
No, let's do it properly.
Well, how?
Well, try to do it properly.
How, Paul? How? Suggest.
Oh, right. Well, you found an ECU. Yeah, found an ECU. Also tuned.
Paul, do you reckon you can see?
Whoa, mate. Bit of a compromising position we find ourselves in here together, Lee. Would you like the light?
Paul, I'm not in a position to receive a light.
Okay. I'll bring a light round to your area, Lee.
What's that,
What's that, mate?
What's that album, Rush of Blood to the Head?
You're right there, mate.
No. But could you just shine a torch down up here?
Up here?
All I've got to do... No, that's sort of in my face.
Okay, sorry, mate.
Can't see a bloody
what about
thing.
That? Sorry. Oh, no, sorry, mate, yeah.
I'm flocking my eyeballs at the minute.
What about that?
No.
No, okay.
How about...
This is right in my eyes now, mate. Cheers.
How about there? Oh, that's nice. That's bloody perfect.
Bloody perfect, like.
2 guys, 1 dash.
2 guys, 1 dash.
If he passes out, mate, we're going to have to get him out quick, all right?
3 men in a flock dash.
You wake up being slapped, or you slapped me, as all Isaac, weren't me? If not, John's a registered medical officer, really. John will sort you out.
Yeah, look, yeah, that's what we need to get out.
There we go.
You get that out, Paul?
Oh, let's have a look.
There we go. There we go.
Beautiful.
Take that.
I've got that, mate. Got it.
Right. Go for the roll cage.
You're a bit red there, mate. Red faced. Right, let's just give us. Oh, that might work. Let's give him a lift, shall we? Careful. Oh, careful. No, I think you've got to drop the steering column, I think. Just catching that. Oh, it's just literally 2 Allen nuts. Oh, there you go. Hey.
There we go, Paul. Bit of brute force.
Bit of brute force. You're in your dash now, mate.
There we go.
Look at the wiring.
Isaac, do you want to receive the dash?
Yes.
Quite like it like that.
Grab the dash there, mate.
Let's not put a dash back in, innit? Let's just have it like that.
You don't need a dash, really, Lee. Don't need a dash.
Big job.
Good work, mate, that was. So it's a little review of what we've got, shall we?
Too bad.
Oh, you got your nice little heat. Oh, there's a little special heater in there.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, is that a little aftermarket
Yeah,
thing?
probably a T7 design or something.
It's quite nice.
That's not bad.
Need that.
You got your ducted, yeah, you need that, yeah. Wiring looks fairly standard and old.
Doesn't look too bad, the wiring, really.
Well, could be worse, mate.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you didn't laugh too much at my upside down antics in the BMW over there. We're going to head over there in a minute and I'll let you know how far we've got and what the updates are with that BMW. But just first things first, this morning, as you can see, I'm sporting the safety glasses, and there's a reason for that, safety 1. But we are refacing a manifold here, so as many of you guys have said in the comments, make sure you wear the safety glasses, and that I am doing so. So while this one is cutting, in fact we'll just put another cut on this. Put another 10th thou cut down here. Engage the handle. And we're away. Right, so the BMW. As you can see, I was upside down earlier and we were ripping the dashboard out. Do excuse me if I sound a little bit bunged up, guys. I've got a bit of a head cold, courtesy of Paul. Thank you very much, Paul, for giving me that head cold. If I sort of climb up here, it's on the ramp. I can't lower it anymore because we've got an engine or 2 underneath now. So I've got to climb up, health and safety again. I've got to climb up on this crate just to show you what's going on. But there we go, this is the inside of the car. So I did give the back of it a good clean just to see what's going on. And you can see we've gone slightly further than we wanted to. I didn't plan on getting the dash out, but as Paul, because Paul does like to do things correctly, sometimes it can be annoying, but I suppose it's a good thing in the long run. And as we all know, these cars now, this is 35 years oldish. The wiring's going to be a bit of a bird's nest. People are going to added stuff to it, which they obviously have. You can see the center console there. Looks a bit of a bird's nest and probably a fire risk. So yeah, so in here, the plan is we're going to rip all that wiring out. We're going to keep the standard ECU for the S50 engine, and for the time being, and standard engine loom. So once the engine's in, we're going to keep that side of it, but we are going to be rewiring the whole, what they call the chassis loom for the car. So all the lights, the window wipers, the ignition, everything is going to be rewired. We're going to be making a new center console there out of carbon fibre, and in that we're probably going to be running one of those AIM sort of push button consoles, just a nice tidy console, a bit like what's in the kit car in the center panel, just all push button, everything on there, so we can get rid of all the indicator stalks and all that and have it, you know, proper racy. Now in the dash we're going to be putting the flock dash back in, but in the where the clocks go we're going to be running one of those, they're like it's a purpose sort of E30 panel that holds the AIM dash. So that'll be probably the 7-inch dash with the GPS, etc., and connects to that center panel. So pretty much the same sort of setup as we've got on the kit car. The thing is with that GPS means it can run a very accurate speedometer, and also when we get to a track it can log your track and sort of recognise that, and then you can do sector times, lap times, etc. off it. So yeah, fairly funky trick stuff. But that's the idea. So we're going to be pulling all this out, and I think seeing as we're going to have all that out and all this fuel line, this is all going to be out, I think what we'll probably do is give it a paint in here. So what I would like you guys to do is put down in the comments what colour you think we should go in here. I am thinking like a graphite gloss grey or something like that, you know, very racy. Obviously you've got to bear in mind that the outside of the car is going to be orange. So yeah, let me know what you think there, guys, what we should do in here. But that is the plan inside for the time being. So yeah, things have changed a little bit more work, but probably better in the long run. I'll just go back, just got to put one more, not another cut, but we go over to the back now. You can see the step there where we've done a cut this side. We just want to go over to the back. So you can see straight away it's slightly lower at the back, so it's sort of sank down there. Basically the manifold is sort of bowed like this. But anyway, you can see we've got the engine out. I'm not sure whether I showed you that last time or not. Half the time I don't know where I am with these videos, but there's a big old gaping hole in the front of the car now. And if we get up here, you can see there the bird's nest over by the fuse box, but all that'll be coming out, and we shall have the relays and the fuse box all under the passenger side of the dash, I suppose, in a nice neat sort of area where we can obviously just disconnect the dash, disconnect the control console in the middle, and then lift the dash out if we're ever at a meeting or whatever to get to the wiring. So there'll be nothing really under here except for obviously the header tank. The battery is over there at the moment, but we shall be relocating that probably into the back of the car. We're getting there, guys, but we want to strip all this out because we've obviously got some work to do. It's all a bit battered around here. So Mikey Dove, Paul's brother, he's kindly going to have the vehicle in 2 or 3 weeks and continue with the bodywork. So the plan is get the engine bay completely stripped. The sills, you can see we've had the 325 sill covers off. This side is not too bad at all. The sills are actually not rotten out, although the other side is fairly battered, but obviously under here is all a bit funky. So we're probably going to be putting depending what Mikey says, be putting whole new sills on this car, and then he's going to be putting the sort of, I forget what they call it now, the jacking mounts here. So when we jack the car up, we can insert the stands straight into the side of the sill. So that'll be fairly trick. And yeah, underneath there is sort of various areas at the front of the sills there. That's directly underneath the welded in plates for the roll cage, and it goes a bit rusty there. Apparently Mikey said that's a renowned thing really. But all apart from that, it's all not too bad. Once we've given it a good clean, we're going to be obviously black Schultz in this or something like that just to cover the car, because obviously we want to be driving this all through the winter. So the plan is obviously Mikey get the car first, rolling like this. He's going to be fitting the over fenders and tubbing the arches, cutting all that out, getting all that side of it done, sills, basically all the bodywork. And then it should be going off to paint. We should paint the car, the over fenders, everything under the bonnet will be orange, same as the car, and he'll be painting right into here. Obviously the inside of the car will be painted first, and then it'll be painted orange right up to here, and obviously the whole doors inside as well. We've got those lovely gloss panels to go on the inside of the doors flush, which will sort of break up the orange and go really nice there. So yeah, that is where we are with it at the moment, guys. One thing we are thinking of doing, because we've got a bit of scab down here, old battery tray there is all rotted out, but that's because it's had no boot seal in it in the past. But we're not running the battery here anyway, so we'll cut that out. All this bottom panel is a bit shit, and inside the boot where the panel sort of is welded down here to the wing, it's all a little bit scabby. So we'll probably, my feeling is, I'll buy a rear panel for a pre-facelift, because this is a facelift with the deeper lights. We shall get a pre-facelift panel, weld that in there, and then I can run the correct pre-facelift lights which the M3s had. And then obviously we'll have the M3 bumper on and the boot lid and that. So that would just look like more of an M3 then really. And then we'll just have to, all we'll have to do is do something with this wing here, because the over fender will sort of cover this anyway, because that'll be for the M3. So yeah, we're going to, when I say over fenders, the wings that are coming will be all cut out the same as if you go onto the Driftworks channel and have a look at their blue E30 M3. It'll be the same as that, where it's cut out, follows the line of the wing, and is riveted on basically. So if we damage it at all, we can just drill those rivets out, take it off, and all this wing here will stay on, except it'll be cut out and just tubbed up to the edge of the wings. So yeah, that's the plan on that, guys. Right, we've got a bit of good news on the Pinto, guys. We've had another set of rods turn up from the owner, because as I said to you, he wants to run original Pinto rods, and we've managed to, I'll have a chat with Paul in a minute, but I think we've managed to salvage 3 of the rods that he sent us, and we've obviously got another 2 spare in the old set. So I think he's managed to make a decent set out of the 2 sets we've got. Is that right, Paul?
Yes, mate. Yeah. So two of the rods we got recently, well, turned up today, the housings are all over the place.
Yeah.
So they're almost oval, and you can't really resize them.
No.
So I've managed to salvage 2 rods from the engine originally. Yeah. And 2 rods that we got sent today. I made a complete set.
Ideal.
So I balanced them all up. They're all in near enough the same weight. Yeah. By 0.1 of a gram, which is what a hair's weight is.
That's all right. So the crank's in the block.
Yeah.
And the next step then is, because now we've got those rods, is to do a dummy build, check the piston height to the top of the block.
Yeah, I'm just bouncing his pistons up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if the piston heights are right, we don't want to have to take these off the rod again.
No.
So I'm just going to take a bit of metal out around here. I'm just going to weigh it now. And then obviously it's final. We'll just tidy this up a little bit. We'll get a nice shiny surface now.
Very nice.
So
while Paul's doing that, the aqua blaster, guys, we've had Brad in. Brad's our electrician, and I was hoping to do a bit of a video with him in the back there, doing a bit of wiring, but he didn't seem keen with that, so I had to wait until he went, unfortunately. But as you can see, the wiring goes to this panel, this was existing anyway, so this was used for something else in the past, but it is all wired up now. So all we've got to do is read the instruction manuals and see sort of what ingredients we have to do, what routine, and basically get it wired up, Paul, isn't it? Emergency stop out, reset, turn the light on, and there we go, look.
You like that, didn't you?
So I was
Aqua.
wondering whether the Aqua Blast lit up there, but it does, and I'm very happy with that.
That's why you bought it, wasn't it?
I think so.
Just for the blue Aqua.
You see in there, look, we've got the 4 LED lights up the top, so it's a lot of light in there. And I am absolutely buzzing to get this thing going now, Paul.
It's good to see a smile back in your face with it, mate.
Thank you very much. It's very rare.
Had to get that in there.
But I think this thing's going to be seeing a lot of E30 bits, don't you?
That's why you bought it, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
shame you can't get the whole car in there.
I was going to say, yeah.
I mean, we could blast the whole car, but what we've much left.
What'll be left, I don't know.
So
we better have Mikey have a look at it first.
Yeah.
Stick a screwdriver through it.
Oh, I'm sure you'll enjoy doing that.
But there we go, so it's all wired in. The window wiper does work. We've made sure that the motor goes the right way, so I think now all we've got to do is just...
Bit of rain next in there.
Yeah,
Sorted.
I think all we've got to do is just get it all filled up and we can give it a test run. So looking forward to that. Right guys, we've ran into another problem with the pre-cross flow. So as you can tell at the minute, it's fairly slow moving with the pre-cross flow, the BMW V8, the Pinto, and this BMW M54, which we're obviously waiting for the go-ahead. It was sort of fingers crossed that the guy was going to go ahead with it. Bit of good news, he's decided to go ahead with that. So I've got all the bits ordered from BMW and another supplier of ours. We've just paid for the bits today for this, and they're going to be delivered either this afternoon or first thing in the morning. So that's all the bits. You see Paul's been busy there, painting and blasting stuff at the back. So most of the stuff is sort of laid out, ready to go. The block is all thoroughly cleaned, but I expect Paul will not trust me and clean that himself.
Can't assume, mate.
No, can't assume that I've done anything right. But yeah, so that is another one we can get on with over the next couple of weeks. The Pinto, obviously the rods have arrived, you know about that. So yeah, hopefully we can get on with these 4 engines. But the pre-cross flow, if you have a look at that wooden box over there, that is containing the block and the crankshaft. Now there's a reason for that. So with this pre-cross flow, all right, we're sort of making it up out of bits that Malcolm has got, and obviously it's a race engine, so it's all got to be pucker, and we've got aftermarket trick bits and that to go with it. So firstly, over the last week and a half, we've had 2 flywheels and they've both been wrong. We've got a standard one which we've lightened, but that isn't right for the clutch Malcolm supplied, so he's got a 7¼ inch AP twin plate there. The original flywheel that he did supply would be good for that clutch, except it's a 9-bolt instead of a 6-bolt, and we know we've got that QED brand new crank. So that was an issue there. So we've still got to wait for the new flywheel, which is getting from Burton, to go with that clutch so we can balance it all on the crank. Now the reason the crank and the block is in there is because we were waiting for bearings from Burton. So we've got steel mains caps on there. We've fitted the ARP stud and nut kit for the mains. It's been, you know that on standard Fords, the old standard Fords, sometimes they can have a +15 thou housing diameter as opposed to the standard size. That's what this has got. So, but because it's been line bored basically. That was obviously a standard size originally, but because of the steel main, someone's line bored it to +15. So we've got the bearings, which we had the wrong bearings in originally. We had the standard housing size. Once we got the bearings, Paul did a dummy build yesterday, and now we've fitted the ARP stud and nut kit. He's torqued it all up, plastic gauged it, and we've got just under 1 thou of running clearance. And the reason for that, we've found out, is we've measured the housings and they're basically about 1 thou below bottom limit. So that thing needs to be honed out about 1.5 thou, and then we shall end up with probably just over 2 thou running clearance, which will be correct. So that's going off to Charlie at DTM. He's going to do that quickly for us, and then we can get this engine in the build process then, fingers crossed. But yeah, one thing after the other, guys, but it does happen on engines like this, the old stuff. Sometimes you just run into problem after problem, goes on for weeks. Fortunately, Malcolm's very patient. We've got enough to be getting on with now with the Pinto and the BMW. Well, the two BMWs. Crossflow will be next in the pipeline. So I'm just going to finish off this manifold, guys, but thank you very much for watching today's video. Sorry there's not more machining going on at the moment, but we have those weeks where we're just sort of chasing bits and trying to get builds in progress. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Until Friday's video, have a great evening and we'll see you then. Cheers, guys.